can't tell me nada. You can't tell me nada. You can't tell me nada. I'm about a dollar. You can't tell me nada. Dollars. Dollars.
Happening, man. Let's get it.
Yo, what's happening?
What
Welcome
up,
to
though?
Leave It on the Court with your boy J. Dimes, and
And little bro, Giannis.
yeah, we out here talking basketball, the week of basketball, everything basketball. Like to welcome everybody to our 25th episode, 26th episode.
Yeah,
We're gonna
bro.
try to keep the grind going into this new year. Today we're gonna be talking about Draymond Green's return. We got a new little segment. We're gonna start talking with local hoopers, you know what I'm saying? Or not even gonna say local hoopers. Just some of the best hoopers from high school basketball, instead of going to tell us their story about how they chose to keep playing hoop, not playing hoop. We're gonna talk about
Nope.
that. Other thing we're gonna talk about, the changing of the guard. It's the league becoming a center league that can just do everything instead of just a shooting league.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
buddy.
And if we have enough time, we might squeeze in this new Pacer Bucks thing. But until then, let's get started with this Draymond thing. What's going on, buddy?
Yeah, so the NBA has reinstated Draymond Green. Draymond's been talking with the Warriors about going ahead and ramping up for gameplay. Now they predict that it's going to take him about a week to be able to come back and be able to play and contribute. We need him, bro. Our Warriors need him. Watching that Denver Nugget game with Jokic hitting the game winner at the buzzer really put me in my feelings because
Yeah.
I know had Draymond been there, it would have been a different thing, man. I it I still got a bad taste in my mouth even after beating the Pistons.
Yeah.
I got a question for you though.
What's up?
Once Dre come back, does the starting lineup change?
Well, I just got some new info hot off the press.
What's that?
Chris Paul fractured his hand.
That was a fracture last night?
Yes.
Come on, man. Oh, my God.
Yes.
Oh,
Hot off
my
the
God.
press. You heard it here first, possibly second. But
God damn.
yeah,
Oh.
ESPN reported that it's a possible fracture. He might be out for a week or two. So with that being said, that kind of like answers your question.
Bro.
Draymond's gonna have to parachute his way in like you know what I'm saying,
Bro.
like an army trooper and try to say what's going on. I know, man. If it ain't one thing, it's another.
Bro.
I know.
My Warriors
I
can't
know.
catch a break, big dog. My Warriors can't catch a break, man. I mean,
Well, my thing is this. Check this out.
run it.
I'm more concerned if this dude is really gonna be acting right when he come back. Forget what he gonna do. Is he really gonna be able to come back and contribute and stay on the court without getting another tech or a suspension? That's what's important.
Yes.
Like, it's all good that he's coming back. Is he gonna stay on the court and contribute? Because, getting 2 quarters out of you and then you get a tech or ejected doesn't really help. I'm sure it's contributing to their record, besides the fact that the games that he already missed already. But even when you're on the court, are you more of a distraction or are you actually helping? So that's the thing. So what do you think about that? Do you
bro.
think he's gonna come back
Look.
a new
I don't
person? Because we heard
I
this
don't want
from
to hear
Dre
that
before.
shit, man. I want to hear it. They better not throw my dog out, man.
After he knocked the Sonic rings out of Jordan Poole,
Look,
you know what I'm saying? He was like, I'm a different guy, blah, 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 blah.
right,
Then a couple
right.
months after that, somebody get choked out, somebody gets socked. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
So
it don't matter if he comes back if he can't stay on the court. So the winning and losing ain't even a thing right now.
So for our viewers who don't know, Draymond, because of what happened or what transpired between him and Yusuf Nurkic, Draymond missed 12 games and the NBA has reinstated him. And the reason why it was so many games is because of Draymond's history. and how he conducted himself both on and off the court with the Draymond Poole incident, like my brother said, and as of late the Yusuf Nurkic, and prior to that the Rudy Gobert incident. So, um, can he change? Can he at least just change his behavior and his aggressiveness after a foul has been called, or just anything happens that he don't agree with? Can he be a mature adult and control himself? I hope so. I hope so. What is he, 30, 33, 34 now?
You got to kick in there
With-
sometime, though.
got a wife and kids. You have to know at this point that this may hinder your income.
Mm.
This also affects, I'm pretty sure, what is some of your best friends in Klay Thompson and Steph Curry.
Mm.
Can your antics stop?
And your legacy, too, because it can become
And your
more
legacy.
about what type of person you are and how you acted on the court than about your hooping. Even though you do got the 4
Facts.
rings, but you're making this latter part of your career about more of your antics than your balling.
Facts.
And so, do you want this last part of your career for you to be known as this dude that just choked everybody out and knocked everybody out, and not known for being a guy that was just an enforcer and you won championships just off your grit and grind? You know what I'm saying? So it's a legacy thing now, because now the NBA is questioning whether or not they should have him in the league. So when you start getting put in this box, that's how you start getting yourself blackballed from ballots for Hall of Fame and stuff like that,
Right.
and alienating yourself from reporters and things like that by your antics. You know what I mean? So you feel me?
So,
It's more about that now.
to a Warriors fan, we see you as a triple double threat every game. Draymond can give you 12 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists, and that's huge. That is huge. Your game speaks volumes. I heard somebody talking about some weeks ago, as you were talking about his legacy and what he's going to be known for.
Mm-hmm.
When we think of Rasheed Wallace, we don't think we don't think of just how talented of a guy he was. He was before his time. Power forward, stretch forward,
One of
great
the first. Yeah.
defense. Could put the ball on the floor, everything, man. But when we think about Rasheed, we think about ball don't lie.
Yeah.
Ball don't lie.
Yeah.
How many ejections he got? The enforcer guy. The dude was talented, and as you were saying, Draymond's going down this same line.
Yeah.
It makes me ask a question. I wonder, is there anyone in that Warriors organization who may feel like they actually don't want him back? Because that trade deadline coming up February 8th.
Well, I would think the younger players probably feel that way, the Kamingas and stuff like that, even though they want to express it and stuff. I'm sure he's helped them come a long way. But if you're going to be in front of me, you're going to be doing that kind of stuff, then just give me the minutes. If I want him, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to sit up here and be sitting behind somebody who obviously don't want to play, because that's what it's starting to look like. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to speak for anybody, but if I was a guy that was behind them, that would piss me off. You know what I'm saying? Because you're wasting time. You're actually not contributing to the team by not being here. So, and on the other hand, yeah, keep getting suspended, because I get to get my shine on. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, man.
to keep it a
Yeah.
buck. You feel me? Like, so if that's how you want to play it. But I'm sure, it's maybe some uppers up there. Like, we understand this is Dre, but look now, it's starting to get ridiculous. I'm sure after this suspension, I'm sure he got a phone call from everybody upstairs. Like, look, bro, we get it. This is how you play and everything, but come on, man. You done pushed the line. Now you're starting to put us in a position to where we got to answer to the league whether or not we should even keep you around. Like, you know what I mean? And you don't want to be that guy to where the league is coming down on you. It's different when your team is kind of on your line, but when the league start forcing the team to start making decisions about you, then you're on a different, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, different plateau. And I think we give a lot of credit to the players. And I think sometimes we miss giving the credit to the organization. I think the organization is really missing Bob Myers at this point. Um, Jonathan Kaminga recently just had an outburst of some of sorts in the media, saying that he wants more playing time. So it kind of aligns with what you were saying. We got a young bull in Jonathan Kaminga, 6'8", 6'9", 6'10", that can hit his head on the rim, and he's not getting enough playing time. And he was really disappointed at the end of that Denver game because he had sat for about 18 minutes of that game after starting. I think the Warriors need to figure out which way we want to go. We gotta make a decision by February 8th on whether we're going to double down on Steph Clay and Drake and bring in maybe Jeremy Grant, Laurie Markkinen, Pascal Siakam, and really go in, or do a soft rebuild around Steph Curry, buy Dre, buy Clay.
It just sounds so out of pocket, man.
Don't it?
Sounds
I don't like
so
saying it.
out of
I don't
pocket,
like saying
man.
it. I don't like saying it. I don't like saying it because you got guys who won 4 rings, dog.
Yeah,
4 rings.
but I mean, even the Bulls had to break up, man. The Beatles, in sync. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes the band got to break up, man. You know what I mean? And it happens. You know what I mean? And it's just the way it's happening. It's happening in real time, and we seeing it like boom, boom, boom. A lot of the dynasties that we grew up watching, they were already going through their stages and people was going their other directions. Now we're watching these teams, these great teams, break down in front of us. The Celtics, the Heat, the Warriors. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I think it's foreign to the average, basketball fan to actually see a team that was built from the ground up. Because everybody got to think they've only had a few pieces come in, but they've been this 3 for a decade, damn near. You know what I'm saying? For a decade and a
Yeah.
couple of years too. So it's like you get used to seeing them. You don't think just like your uncle or somebody a revere. You don't think nothing ever's gonna happen to them. They ain't gonna pass. They ain't gonna never get weak. They ain't gonna, But
Yeah,
man,
dude.
Father
Yeah,
Time
dude.
has not lost, except to LeBron and Tom Brady for that little pocket of time that they're in right now. But everybody else, you know what I'm saying? It catches up to you, man, and it's catching up to them injuries and stuff. I think the injuries sucked a lot of life out of Clay, man.
Yeah,
Coming back from an injury is
yeah,
hard, man.
yeah,
You
dude.
know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
dude.
It messes. It's more of a up here thing than it's actual physical thing. It's like, can I jump and land the way I want to? Can I make this cut the way I want to? You more thinking about, damn, if I make this cut and it pop again, dang, I got to go through all that all over another summer. That's more what you're thinking about than you just focusing on what you usually do. And I think mentally he's defeated himself in the sense that he done heard he can't be that same guy, and he's so worried about being that same guy that he's played himself out of being that same guy. You know what I'm saying?
He's
So
forgetting to have fun.
yeah,
He,
it's because
yeah,
that's what it's
he's
about.
forgetting to have
When
fun.
you start, like, if some players come back, like even the Kobe's, Durant's, they just don't think about the fact that they was hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just come out there and play. So once you got to get that mentality, it's like a mental hump. You got to get over it, that you can trust your body again.
Right,
So
right. And BBM asked a question: if they trade them, would the Warriors get good value for them? And I'm guessing he's referring to Jonathan Kaminga, because that's who has trade value right now. I think any team would want a Jonathan Kaminga on their team. He has his potential is the ceiling. It really is. So the kid is 22 years old, man, and he's he's been to an NBA Finals. He's had some playoff um, experience, and I I'm seeing young teams on the come up, and that's I guess we're going to kind of get into that later on in the episode, the changing of the guard, where the NBA is kind of getting back to somewhat of what it was, except
Dominant
people can shoot
big
now.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, the dominant big
Yeah.
man, but they're stretching the floor and passing the ball. It's like we got point centers now. So yeah.
Uh,
Um, the Warriors can win without CP if Dre is on the court. I think
if Dre is on
Shy.
the court.
If
Right.
Dre is on the court, they can win. Steph is still playing out his mind. Once again, it's the same story as all season. We just need Clay and Dre to play like they can play, and the Warriors always got a shot to win. And they have to hunker down on defense, man. These dudes have to stop letting these 20, 16, 14, 15-point leads go away. Stop taking off the brakes and start getting back to the old school 73 win team that just put their foot on your neck and just keep pressing. You know what I
And
mean?
turn the water off. Yeah. Turn the water off. And
So,
Dre's a part of that. So, where my other big bro at, man?
Oh yeah, let me get him up in here,
Where my
man. Hold on.
other big bro at, man?
What's up with
Where the dark skin one at, man? Where the brown skin one at, man?
Man, yeah, man, we about to start this new thing where we give your local ballers a chance to speak your mind, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here you go.
Let's see where we at.
Yeah. Get in the screen.
Hey,
There you
Rasky
go.
on this voice, man. What up,
right.
big bro? Hey.
So, man, this is one of the greatest jumpers in the Bay Area, man.
Straight up.
Knocked off Fremont High School,
Yeah,
98 graduating class,
Yeah.
man. The dude, I've been throwing alley-oops to this guy half my life. I can throw him anywhere he can catch him. Man, my Brody is my boy. Actually, and also I want to put on there too one of Oakland's underground rap legends too, man. For real, look him up, my boy Emakulant.
Yeah.
What's happening, man? Welcome to the show, bro. I've been trying to line you up for a minute, man, and we finally got you on here. Appreciate you showing up, dog. Really do.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
So, bro, I see you, man. How that leg doing, man?
Hey, look, look. I just I stepped on a basketball court just for a minute. I jumped, touched the backboard, then I walked off. That's all. So yeah. It's coming back. See? So before I get into the questions, I want to say thank you for the intro song, big dog.
No problem.
Oh, I meant to say that too. Man. He's also the guy on our intro, man. Make sure y'all check us out on the YouTube. It's the guy that opens up our show for sure.
Emac, so out of East Oakland, you end up attending Fremont High. Shout out to High Street. How did you end up at Fremont? Like, was that your decision, or were you influenced, or what happened?
To be honest with you, I wanted to go to Skyline, right? Because I had just graduated from Bret Hart. You feel me? So I stayed on the wrong side of the street in my neighborhood that would allow me to go to Fremont. Versus if I sat on the opposite side of the street, I could have been in the Skyline district. So I wound up going to Fremont, which was actually my mom and my pop's alma mater. So it all worked out. But yeah, man, it was that's how I ended up at Fremont.
I see. Well, you, I know, I'll say this. Mom's pulled some strings in order for me to attend a different school. Did that ever like come to your mind, or was it just you in this district?
No, really. I wanted to go there because my classmates all just went there, but Pops was like, "You finna go you the second coming. You finna go to Fremont like I did." You feel me? So I wasn't tripping. I got there. It was like it is what it is.
I feel that.
I stayed cutting through on the Skyline though. We stayed running up the Skyline, still in backpacks, getting loaded up there and shit. Like we was still riding and shit. We had folks up at the line, man.
That sounds right.
Shout out to my Skyline folks, man.
Yeah. I want to know. I know you played for possibly one of the greatest basketball teams during that year. That little time span at Fremont, y'all was running the table up there, man. What was that experience like, man?
I mean, shit, it was beautiful to be a part of that shit and kick back and watch a lot of it because I didn't get a lot of burn, you feel me? I played with some monsters, man, and in high school politics, now that I'm older, you get to realize that, you know what I'm saying, the people that put in the time, put in the work, make relationships, those are the people that make it on the court, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes talent ain't always enough if you never get a chance to showcase it, so.
Yeah. I can't. Go ahead.
I was about to say that kind of brings me to my next question. Like, what were those hurdles at Fremont? Like when it came to basketball and getting on the court. Like, could you shout out some names you were behind as far as like?
Most definitely, man. I played with some killers, man. Like, for a few years, like you said, Fremont was damn near like a dynasty. You know what I mean? Like they had just did they had went to state, they won the OAL. Like Fremont was a powerhouse at the time in the OAL. So me going there, I didn't play basketball 10th grade. 11th grade, I played JV just on some. Didn't want to go home straight after school shit no more. So started playing JV in 11th grade, and then at the end of the year, I wanted to play. Well, no, it wasn't even football, but basically at the end of the year, I wasn't even tripping off basketball. It was just something I was doing. The next year, me and all my folks went out for varsity and what do you call that? The intramurals and shit.
Yeah.
And shit, I was out there doing my thing. You know what I mean? So coach basically was like, shit, you know what I'm saying? We gonna make it happen. I made the team. You know what I mean? But I played behind some all-stars like Marcus Malone. Shit, my boy Bird Wainwright, you know what I'm saying? Amar Wainwright, fucking Savage, Larry Guest, you know what I'm saying?
LG, rest in peace,
man,
LG, man.
Rest in peace to my nigga Art, man. LG, that was my boy, man. Shit, we had the Stoley brothers on the team, you know what I'm saying? Fred and Josh, you know what I mean? Like E. Rosby, we had monsters on the team, bro. It was a lot of crap. Like my boy Dion Criddle, shout out to Craig.
I remember Craig.
Yeah, for sure. You know what I'm saying? Man, there was cats on that team that had a lot of talent, but never really got to show it, man, because we played with some cats that came into high school with names that been putting that shit in the hole. So us being, you know, we didn't have relationships in them names. We had to earn it, but we earned it. So our teammates respected us. But we just didn't get that burn. But you know what I'm saying? Everybody got a chance to get their highlights when they got them. You know what I mean?
I saw a couple of highlights. I got to see a couple of games. It was guaranteed he was going to bop at least once. If he got in the game, it was going to be a dunk. It was going to be a show for show. You know, I remember being at the games. We can hear y'all name ringing through Oakland. Like we was way on the other side. I was on the Oakland High side and stuff like that. So we can hear y'all name ringing. And everybody was talking about Fremont this, Fremont that. They got like one of the best teams, blah, 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 blah. And it was cool.
Yeah,
my brother was on the squad, so I remember taking the trips to SAC, to the championship games and stuff like that. And I was mad for you because I know what you could do. And everybody on the team knew what you could do. You know what I mean? But
you know, it's crazy about that, right? Look, this how it went. 12th grade year, we going to tournaments, all of that shit while football season's still going on. So a lot of cats that played summer league was getting mad burned. Starting games, going to tournaments, winning tournaments, all that. So once the boys came in from football, it was just like, damn, like they had already been preconditioned, they athletes, they ready to go, and they got spots. You know what I mean? So here it is, all the work we put in through the summer, we got to kick back and wait for doors to open up again, even though we put in all this work. You know what I mean? Not knowing that the coaching and the stuff that we learned was, man, you could never forget. Like it was priceless though. You feel me?
Yeah.
Now we had a tournament in Red Bluff in Christmas time, and right before that game, we played against Tech right before the Christmas break. And in that game, I slipped and tore my my scrotum wall. You feel me? So I was out for 6 weeks. I had to have surgery and shit. Yeah, it was bad, man. It was bad. It was bad. I came back from that injury, and once I got cleared to practice, my first practice back, it was like the doctor said that when I had that surgery, it was preventing other shit from happening. Like it was a problem that had been ongoing that I had no problem. I didn't even know about, right? So once I got all my shit together, I came back to practice feeling light, like a different type of feeling. You feel me? Man, I started going backwards in practice, windmilling, coming from outside the box, like going crazy. And my coach was looking like, the fuck? Swear for God, bro. The first game back after that, we played against Ohio. We probably up 6 to 8 points in the third quarter. It's about 3 minutes left in the third. Coach subbed me in. Call a play. I wind up touching the ball at the top of the key. I take that bitch all the way to the hole. I jump, you know that Michael Jordan move where he left and then switched it? Yeah. Bro, I was so high. Listen to me. I was so high over the rim. I had never been in a game in my life. I ain't never been up here.
Yeah, so you
I didn't know what to do, bro. I just jellied it. You feel me? I just jellied it. But they go 2 points. First time I made the paper, you know what I mean? So then that same game, he left me in like, okay, you made a shot, stay in the game. Because if you miss a shot playing for Clint Williams, sub. If you miss
one of those,
man, listen, you miss a screen, any mistakes you made, you finna learn about them while you watching somebody else play. Yeah. You know what I mean? That was his philosophy. Like you practice hard enough to not make mistakes. So if you make a mistake, come sit down by me and think about what you did. So this particular game, man, I got about 8 points in the third quarter within 3 minutes. You know what I mean? And then right after that, here come the protests. With all of we had an illegal player on our team that came from Mount Eden, and he started and played the first year he came to Fremont, and it was bad, bro. We was on our way to state pretty much. You know what I'm saying? We was undefeated. Only rivals we had, like in the state, I believe, was probably like St. Joe's that year. They had Ray Young and them cats or whatever, and then also Mac had a raw ass team too.
All them
cats like. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It was serious over at Mac too. So, and Tech was a motherfucker, like, you know what I mean? Like, it was a monster back in the day. So I understand now how 10th grade, 11th grade, 12th grade, all that matters if you playing varsity basketball. Yeah. There be some females come in out of nowhere, 7-footers though, 12th grade, play 1 year, go to college. But more so for me, it was like I bloomed late. Yeah. You know what I mean? And then after I bloomed, that's when all of this shit it was too late. You know what I mean? I still went to college and all that, and I didn't play when I got to college though. I just went to get some education or whatnot, and I wind up leaving school early and focusing on other shit like doing music, and I had a lot going on. You know how it is coming out of the streets of Oakland. So that was a whole nother thing right there.
You kind of touched on something when you was talking about your coach and how if you made a mistake, he was sitting down.
Right.
How do you feel like you were coached? Like, do you feel like you were coached properly?
I feel like I was coached very properly. It's just that it's like right now, man. If I own a business, I want the best of the best representing my company. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna put the best of the best that I have out there. And if I already have an idea of who my best of the best are, and it's working for me, I don't need to change my recipe.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it type thing.
We was blowing through the OAL. We was blowing through outside tournaments. We was blowing through outer league games and all that. Like we was ranked in the state that year. You know what I mean? So I understand now. But when I was on the team, hell no, I didn't understand that. Running motherfuckers at practice every day. When we running hills, we running the lake, we doing all that. I'm coming in. I'm trying to show the coach like they can't fuck with me. Yeah. But he already got a recipe that works. These niggas going for 30. He giving me 20. I'm getting a soft 18 out of him guaranteed. Like, I've never seen you go for 18. So how can I trust that you will go for 18? You know what I mean? I play shooting guard, small forward. I got Goodwin on the team. Man, it was so many raw-ass cats that played with me in 98, man, that I was just happy to be a part of the team, man.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like you said, too, when you run with teams like that, I noticed, too, even later on, when these teams run, they with each other 10th, 11th grade. Like you said, you didn't really get into it till like 11th grade. So all these dudes had already been playing on this team because that's how that coach was. I remember trying to go to Fremont.
We went to school with most of them. I went to school with most of these cats in junior high when I was, bouncing from school to school. So I knew these dudes already. and they've been playing the sport, like seriously, on teams since junior high.
Yeah.
What do you call that? AAU teams back in the day. They've been doing that. They had fathers that was involved with putting them on teams and running Rebels and Oakland Soldiers, all that type of shit. Like, you know what I mean? I didn't have that. You know what I'm saying? I come from a different upbringing. Like, it was different. So I didn't do none of that. We played in the streets. We played in the parks. You go around any park in Oakland and ask about me, they're going to be like, dude, been raw. He been serving. But I never cared about sports. Like, my heart was never in sports, bro. Not one day. Until it was too late to really give a fuck about it.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? I played basketball, all that shit.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I ain't going to get ahead of myself. Go ahead.
No, that's new information to me, because one of my questions was going to be like, when did it become serious to you? And it sounded like it didn't become serious till way later on.
Well, I want to add to that, because like, you know this, John, you grew up with us. We did everything. It was nothing that we all really pinpoint all. We were gymnasts. We played baseball. We played football. Anything that involved the ball, we did it. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, even basketball wasn't our thing. We used to play football and do backflips and stuff every day. That was our thing. We were doing flips off houses and cars and TV sets and stuff. We were doing that every day,
man. Like, even when we was little, I remember being in 4th grade, and we was flipping outside the school one day. All my homies used to flip, you know what I mean? And some of them cats was rawer than me, but this one particular day, it was a dude visiting our school, E. Morris Cox. Shout out East Oakland. We was at Cox, and some dude happened to see us outside flipping, and he asked the principal about a couple of kids, like, man, who is those kids out there on the grass doing them flips? They invited us out to come to Stanford. You know what I'm saying? We went out to Stanford to meet the what do you call that? The gymnasts and the team and shit. You know what I mean? And while we was there, it was like 200 kids there from all different types of schools. It was like a day they had where they had all the little kids come in that was, you know, I guess to flip a little bit or was talented with gymnastics and shit. And out of all of those kids, man, I excelled to where they asked my grandparents, because they started bringing me every weekend. So for the next 3 months, every weekend, my grandparents had to take me over to Stanford to go to practice and shit over at the campus and shit. You know what I mean? And man, anything I've ever done, once I start doing it for real, like caring about the shit, I excel at that shit, bro. But I'm a Gemini. 1 minute I could be on it, and the next minute I could be like, man, I don't care about that shit. You know what I mean? That's one of my flaws that I feel affected me with sports, is because I never put my heart into basketball, and it was already there. It was there. I just didn't know it. But you know what, though, was crazy? But after I played with all those cats, and after years, you know, everybody went off to school, came back home, did whatever. A lot of cats that I played with, I can't think of nobody out of my year that went pro for real. You know what I mean? Like NBA or no shit like that. But a lot of cats got full rides and, you know, went to universities and did their thing and shit. But they always knew after that summer that I got, after the year I got hurt, pretty much, motherfuckers knew it was like, well, something different about that nigga bouncy. He's different with it. You know what I mean?
It's a video. What's that video called? It's a video on YouTube for the fans that's watching and stuff, and the fans that will watch. It's a video on YouTube with some of his music playing, where he dunking, and you can see all his dunks, man. This dude got stuff. The boy stopped in the mid-air, mid-360, stop, look at the court, then dunk it. Like, it's ridiculous. So make sure y'all check that out, too. What is that video called, bro?
Man, I got several videos on YouTube, man. You can look up, I got dunk contests on there. You can look up Emac and Los, Emac, CG and Los, Hayward Basketball Association. That was the name of the league, HBA. I got a live game on there so you can really see how I fuck with it. You know what I mean? And this is actually when I'm like 30 years old when this game is actually being showed. Maybe. I don't know. Probably about 30. Yeah. It's called Running Rebels versus Hayward Hitmen. Yeah. And HBA League on YouTube. You can look up those videos.
Yeah,
but, Eric Robinson Dunk. Yeah, Eric Robinson Dunk. You can check that out, man. I get down a little bit, or I used to.
Man. Yeah, used to. And man, the food, man. Like we went up to Canada for 6 months and put on a show. It was
Hold
crazy,
on, before you
man.
get to that, though, I need to let them know, like, even though I didn't get mad run with my coach, and by the time, it's 12th grade, our season got forfeited. We had to forfeit our season because of the legal shit with the teams hating on us or whatnot. But I got a chance to show my coach what he didn't utilize when he had it when I was playing for the N1 team. You know what I'm saying? 2003, 2007, ball for real 2008. But he was still a coach, and he brought out his high school Catholic Moreau out of Hayward. He brought them all to the game to see the N1 game. And out of all motherfuckers in Oakland, the one guy that made it in the building and actually got offered a contract to get down, you know what I'm saying, once we left Oakland, was me. Nobody else made it in the building that year.
Yeah, I was there for
I'm in
that
the
one.
parking lot, no bullshit. I'm in the parking lot going through the legs, finishing. They start bringing cats off the bus to prove somebody got to beat this dude from Oakland right now.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
No, that wasn't that the day. Wasn't that the same day you did? They had you up on stage trying to get you to freestyle and stuff too.
That's the same day. We went there to go rap. We went there to go rap, and they just so happened to be like, man, that dude over there be dunking, woo woo.
Yeah.
My boy Fab was I was finna battle in the finals against Fab, remember?
Yeah.
Because we was up there doing, it was called it was the Reebok remix or the mixtape or some shit like that. The N1 mixtape, that's what it was called.
Come on.
So Fab was up there rapping, I did my thing rapping, and then they was like, you either gonna rap or you gonna play ball. They was like, man, you need to come out here and ball. I went out there and won a dunk contest. So once I won a dunk contest, they like, man, you coming in the building.
Yeah.
Went out there, went for 24. Look, no bullshit. I went for 24 points that game. Maybe 2 or 3 layups. Maybe 2 or 3 layups. All the rest alley-oops and dunks, boy. I'm talking about really putting that shit down. I put it down for Oakland that year, man.
Yes.
Y'all can also check that out. It's in the mixtape library. Go check it out on N1. It's on there.
Matter of fact, they're not gonna show you the game. They might show you some highlights, but they ain't gonna show you the game because that was the first time N1 ever lost, bruh, in Oakland.
What?
And I was the only nigga from Oakland on that team.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Come
Yeah,
on,
yeah.
They showed the part where they try to play you in the gym. Remember when they was picking the people when you were sitting there? They showed that too when they was hating on my boy. But anyway, let's get to the next question.
I never went to N1 and didn't get picked. Never.
Straight up.
I'm talking about for the bus trip afterwards. They had you in the locker room.
Oh yeah. They didn't show when I was like, I can't go. Like nigga, I can't go.
Yeah, they didn't show that part. That's why I said they try to play you. They try to make it seem like they just didn't pick him, but he really just turned it down. So yeah, that's what really happened.
Wow. So okay? You one of those dudes who just good at anything you put his mind to. I feel that, man. I appreciate that.
Once I lock in, I can do my thing with anything.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you was kind of talking about it earlier, like being a Gemini and all. Like once you feel like that it no longer like that, you're just not interested, you just kind of cut it off. Do you think yourself ultimately prevented you from like going on and taking it to the next level as far as the basketball is concerned?
Most definitely. With anything in life, I feel like it's always been my fault because I'm honest about it. You know what I mean? Like, if I would have really locked in basketball, I went back to college at 23 years old, made the college team at 23 years old.
Yeah.
Elite player all summer long, elite player. Soon as the season start, coach got different plans. Coach like, well, I got these young boys fresh out of high school that can go D1. I need to get them as much burn as possible so I can get them a highlight tape so they can go to a good school. You pretty much only need 2 years here, and then you can go overseas and go get you some money. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe even get some scouts to pay attention to you depending on how hard you kill. But he was like, this program this year is focused on the young guys. You know what I'm saying? Next year, I'll give you the run of the floor. But this year, I got to let these boys do their thing. I told him I didn't have a year to sacrifice for nobody else that I'm more talented than. I just went through that shit in high school. You feel me? And I'm not necessarily saying I was better than the guys that I played behind in high school. Let's get that straight, because I didn't have the full functional development that they had. They played ball for real. I'm just a nigga that was talented enough to make the team. You know what I'm saying? So let's get that clear. But as far as when I was grown, I knew wasn't nobody fucking with me no more. I don't care where we go. We can travel. We done been all over, state to state, wherever we done been. I'm going to put it down. I'm a highlight reel when I play basketball. I don't have to have the ball all game to do it, neither. You dribble and do all that shit. I clean up. I'm the dude you look for when ain't shit else going on. Put it up there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can ask anybody that play with me. I don't need the ball. I don't need the ball to get my dub, bruh. I don't need the ball to get my dub. I'm going to take it from somebody else and go pick 6 style on the nigga and bang out. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to catch an alley-oop. I'll put it like this, bruh. I invite people to come see me play when I play because I know you're going to enjoy what you see when I play basketball. And I ain't even on no crazy shit. I play basketball like football. I actually run the floor like a cornerback, bro. Like I play defense and I'm long and I'm fast. So once I touch the ball, I'm gone on your ass. And I can jump too. So I'm a lead. I'm taking off while you still need a few more feet to even meet me in the air, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, real talk, go check me out on YouTube. You'll see that shit for yourself. I ain't lying to you.
So big. Bro, Josh, I mean, I guess you can attest to what he's talking about as far as like
I
the
can
cleanup
honestly,
man.
some of the dopest alley oops you probably ever see, anybody in the world will ever see. I've had the pleasure of throwing to this game. Like I've done stuff really. I do whatever I want with the ball and just, you know what I'm saying? Like we literally got paid because we used to open the game with special alley oops every game because I can just bounce the ball off the ground, throw it off the wall, throw it off court, throw it off the backboard, and he gonna go get it. He's not just gonna go get it and boop, it's gonna be pop, wop, 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 or it's gonna get spun on. It's gonna be a bunch of.
And you know what's crazy?
Like,
this is the crazy part about it, bro. I never worked out. The only time I ever worked out was when I was playing on a team where it was mandatory that we work out. And then once we work out, I don't do no extras. I don't do nothing extra. I'm gonna just do everything you ask me to do 100%. You feel me?
That's crazy.
But I know cats that's real gym rats, bruh.
Yeah.
To this day, that still can't do the shit I can do after being on the couch 4-5 years right now. You know what I'm saying?
That's
like, it's natural.
Well, I mean, when you I mean, it's like I can say honestly, it's a lot of dudes like that when you come from the hood because you're looking for a way out. And it's a competition thing. Like we all hung out with each other. Everybody we hung out with, we all did the same stuff. So we all had like competition right next to us. And none of us want to lose. You know what I'm saying? So if he balling like that, you can imagine where my mind frame was because he ain't finna just take me to the park every day and just whip my ass. You know what I'm saying? So it was like we had all that energy. So whatever that season was, we was on that. And we had to be good because nobody wanted to go home with the bragging rights. Nobody wanted to be that dude that lost. So you had to get good and you had to meet him up there in order for that. And I was lucky enough to have people like him and the other dudes we grew up, Alonzo and all the dudes that we grew up around that all was pretty much into the same things, the gymnastics, the baseball, the football and everything. So I had people to bounce these things off of, that energy off of, and they were good. So it's like now not only do I have this energy to bounce, I actually got to get good at this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't gonna lie, my homies ain't gonna pick me if I ain't balling. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And the worst, vice versa. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna get picked on a team if I ain't doing nothing. So I had to make sure I was good enough to get on the court. I'm already short. Like, you know what I'm saying? So,
you know, that's how he got his name, Jay Dimes, though. You know what I'm saying?
Man, Jay Dimes,
handle that rock, man.
Anywhere, bro. I put him anywhere.
Yeah.
Check this out. Last question before I can stop taking up all your time. How do you feel like basketball contributed to your life, like in a positive way?
Basketball kept me alive, bro. Like, shout out to the city of Oakland and the Oakland Police Department because they had a midnight basketball league for us, and you know what I'm saying, summer leagues and all of that kept us out of the streets. ONBL, there you go, kept us out of the streets. You know what I'm saying? So on nights when we could have went clubbing and got into some shit, they actually had Friday night late night basketball. I got a game at 1 in the morning tonight. You know what I'm saying? Like, that type of shit kept us away from a lot of the murdering that was going on around that time. You know what I mean?
And it was lit too. It was like going to the club. Because
Yeah,
the
bro.
ballers, only the best ballers
They
in
used to
Oakland
be
played in
working
that
that
gym,
thing.
baby.
They had
And that
snack
thing used
bar.
to be
Yeah.
They
packed.
outside smoking and drinking.
Packed.
So anything you could have done at the club, you can damn near come up here and do it. Like,
Same
I wish the
thing.
city still was
Because,
doing that. You know what I'm saying? Giving them kids an outlet to do something. But at the end of
right.
the day, they still had it to the point where when we was laid off into our 30s, they still was having programs like that until the pandemic and shit came around. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
that saved a lot of dudes' lives.
Yeah.
So basketball has been a very important factor to keeping me alive because I could have been doing other shit with my time that would have
Put us in
Yeah.
danger and put
Yeah.
put yourself in danger.
Hey, look.
Like I say, a lot of these stories I was with him on. So yeah, we was on the same tip, man. Dudes, we good dudes, man. At the end of the day, we wasn't on no killing,
and a lot of
robbing,
good dudes
stealing
that used to
games. You
be
know
in
what I'm
those
saying?
leagues. You know what I'm saying? They
You
long
feel
know
me?
they no longer with us. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to my boy Ruben. You know what I'm saying? Rube was a casualty of the streets of Oakland or whatever, but that was a good dude, mentor, work with kids and all that. Like, you know, programs save lives, man. Whether you believe it or not, they save lives.
Yeah, and that's something I also want to spread for, awareness. That's what I was wanted to also bring awareness to with this segment in our show is that we have proof of somebody who used basketball to get themselves out of situations, keep their life on the straight and narrow. So that's another reason why I want to do this too, because we can show you people who actually was in the trenches, you know what I'm saying, dodging bullets and everything, and never chose to go that route. You know what I mean? So I really appreciate you, bro.
Hey,
Talking about
look.
that.
Just to kind of speak on that Midnight League, I appreciate both of y'all for bringing me with y'all. I was 16 years old playing in that Midnight League. I know I was supposed to be 18 and whatnot, but whatever. Big bro, it's been real, man. Hey, we
Man.
appreciate you. We really do, bro.
Yeah, we're
Most
gonna have to
definitely,
get you
man.
on again, bro. Next time we're gonna have to have you talk basketball, what's going on, instead
Oh,
of
yeah.
basketball.
Definitely when y'all talking about my Warriors, man, you definitely need to let me chime in on that. You know what I mean? Because that's really, I'm a Warriors fan. You know what I'm saying? Not a for real all the way basketball fan. So I couldn't tell you what Boston them did. You know what I'm saying? I ain't worried about them niggas, man. It's East Oakland. You know what I'm saying?
Town
Yeah,
shit,
yeah, most definitely, man.
Town shit.
Yeah, but we'll definitely have you on again. Like I said, make sure you go check out that video to the song that leads to our videos, our podcast. It's called Better Know It by Emakulant Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you better know it. Make sure you go check that out. He has other music on his platforms too, not just a Duncan. He's a great musical artist, man. We're trying to get him back in the booth. You know what I'm saying?
Leave comments. If you do check my music out, leave comments and tell me what you think. Because I'm not motivated. I'm not motivated to rap right now, man. The
We're
music
trying to get him
is
motivated.
crazy.
I'm trying to put this dude in the headlock and make him do an album. So make sure y'all go check that out. But until next time, man, you know what I'm saying? Thanks again, Brody. Appreciate you.
Most definitely. 100.
100.
Super dope, man. Super dope.
Yeah,
Super
man, it's
dope.
always cool, bro.
So look, our next topic was the changing of the guards, and what we're referring to is it's starting to seem like it's going the NBA is going back to somewhat of its original form, except these bigs got talent of guards, right? Chet Holmgren, Victor Wembanyama, Joel Embiid, Yusuf Nurkic. The point guards of today's league, if you're not special, like Steph Curry special, Kyrie special, then you're typically like 6'5", 6'6", 6'7" at the point guard position. The game is going back to
shooting guard.
you're basically a shooting guard playing a point guard, and it's getting scary for my Warriors. I'll tell you that. So our right now, the top 5 like MVP candidates, Jokic, our big man, Embiid, Giannis, Tatum, even SGA, like I was saying, he's 6'6", dude, playing point guard. So,
Yeah.
speak on that a little bit for me, big bro.
Well, I hate it because I'm a guard, so I hate this shit. But yeah, man, everything is in retro. You know what I'm saying? You know how it goes. Things always come back around. It always come back around. I feel like the 3-point thing was a trend, for a minute. Everybody, now everybody can shoot now. So now it's not really a thing anymore because everybody can shoot. But what's making it crazy is that we got these 7-footers, these Durant's, like you say, the Jokic, the Embiids. These dudes that not only can they shoot threes, they can take you down low. Anthony Davis, take you down low, drop a dime on you,
Yeah, man.
grab 15 rebounds,
Yeah.
block 6 shots. It's like these dudes is crazy now. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's like it's going back to the day where you can be a big man for real, but not a big man for real. Like we ain't talking about Shaq status. We're talking more like Sarunas Marshalonis. Sabonis.
Sabonis, yes.
Yeah, that type of style big man. Rasheed Wallace,
Rasheed Wallace.
KG. Like everybody's becoming this. It's going back to the big man, and it's really crazy on how skillful these dudes are. These dudes is really crazy. Look at
There you go.
Can you
I
hear
hear you again.
Look at Wembanyama. This dude's 7 feet tall, crossing fools off, like putting it behind his back and doing all this crazy stuff. And he's 7'6", 7'5", whatever he is. Like, regardless, he's just tall as hell. That's just, you'll never. How often do you see a big man doing that? And Bo, I'm gonna answer that in a minute, BB. And Bo, he lacking that thing that's in your chest, but.
Yeah,
But yeah,
it's called heart, right? Yeah. And speaking of this with Miami, like seeing a 7'5" guy nutmeg a 6'2" guy, it's just insane.
Yeah.
So I'm starting to it's getting scary for anybody 6'2" and under. I'm starting to wonder, do we start telling our kids now, like basketball might not be for you if you're not going to be 6'4"?
Well, I don't think that it's going to be a league to where it's just going to be tall dudes, because these all are anomalies. Like, you know what I'm saying? We only get these dudes, every 3 to 4 years where they're good, like the dudes that we're talking about. Now, don't get it twisted. Just because it's it's a nice little handful of dudes that's doing good, I don't think that's going to be the total progression of the league. I think we're just in a pocket at a time where we actually got a good amount of big men that can do these things, but it's going to go away because these big dudes eventually going to run into a guard. You got a guard that can shake your ass. And we're going to put you back in your place and make you remember you are 7 feet, and I would put it through your legs and make you sit on your pockets. You know what I'm saying? There's still Kyrie's out there and stuff like, bro, you still big and slow, bro. Let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna be an Iverson or somebody, Iverson type dude that's gonna come along and remind everybody why they not point guards. Like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean, but it's starting to seem like the short guy is more so becoming the anomaly, and I'm only looking at Oklahoma City Thunder. The shortest person in their starting lineup is 6'6". Everybody else, else.
Yeah. I mean, but players are more lanky and long now. Like, it's kind of weird. The body structure is different from when we used to play too. Everybody's kind of like skinny and long and lanky now. Once again, we got a lot of nepotism going on. A lot of these dudes are born from other athletes, so they're all coming out unnaturally tall. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And unnaturally athletic.
Their mom and dad is like athletes. So there's a lot of nepotism in here too. You don't forget, like, so these dudes are being born. If your dad is 6'6" and your mom is 5'8", it's a good chance you're going to be 6'5" or 7 or 8. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you feel me? So when you being born, and then not only that, you're being corn fed like the best stuff in the world. You got, you know what I'm saying, all these dudes, they actually got ways to help you get taller and stuff. Like, you got all this stuff going on. You know what I mean?
Let me find out you about to go get that knee surgery. You about to
That extension.
add 4 or
See, if
5
I was
inches on your.
if I was 25, yeah, I'm in my 40s. That's over with. Y'all can have it. Y'all can have it.
Let me find out you about to go get an extra 6 inches of knee or something, man.
No, I'm cool. I'm cool. I'm cool.
Yeah,
He said 6
but
inches of knee. Stupid.
I'm just watching the NBA today, man. It's very impressive. It's very entertaining, but I can't help but notice how skilled that all the bigs are getting, and it kind of makes me worry about the short guards. Why would I choose a 6 foot guy over a 6'5" guy that can shoot, that can dunk, that can pass, that can rebound? And I'm thinking about, and in particular, I'm thinking about my Warriors, because there was a pocket of time where we were running the NBA with Steph and Clay because they'd shoot your lights out. And now the entire NBA has adopted that. We went from averaging 13 3-pointers a game to now averaging about 40 3-pointers a game, and the whole team can shoot from the center to the point guard. Do you think the game is more entertaining now in 2024 versus 2005 as far as the way it's played?
Well, yes. I mean, that's a simple yes, just because up and down basketball, viewing wise, is great. You know what I'm saying? If you are just a basketball person who just like to turn on the game and watch it. Ooh, dunk shot. Ooh, dunk shot. Like, yeah, that's
130 points. Yeah.
But for purists like us that know the eras and stuff like that, it's like, can we see a little defense? I like seeing somebody get like, you know what I'm saying, and take a good charge. I even like dude from New Orleans hide in the corner and then steal it from you and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Let's see a little defense, like, you know what I'm saying? Just a little bit, you know what I'm saying? I don't think, like, okay, all right. I don't think it's more talent. I just don't think nobody play defense.
Oh shit!
Because a lot of these dudes' percentages be trash. If you want to just narrow it down, it's only a 10 or 15 players are shooting in the 40s and stuff like that. A lot of these dudes shoot the low 30s or mid 30s and stuff with their shots from mid and long range. So I just think it's a bad defense. It's no and look at the teams that have won. The team with the best defense have won.
The best defense.
Warriors when they won, they had a top 5 defense. Milwaukee when they won, top 5 defense. Miami when they went to the finals, top 5 defense. The Lakers, they had the number 1 defense in the bubble. Like, you got, like, at some point, somebody got to stop somebody. You know what I mean?
Look, because I've been hearing that too, that there's no defense in the league. However, I disagree. I think it's a combination of both, right? Shout out to Park the Legend that players are more talented than they've ever have been. Plus, the defense is lacking, but it's more so of because of the way the game is played now. My point guard is setting up the play from damn near half court, and I got perfect spacing because I got 2 people in the corner and they both can knock your face off, and then I got a 4 and a 5 that's also rotating and setting picks, and it's hard to guard somebody with such immense talent and a lot of face,
But you're only
and he can
talking
shoot.
about a handful of teams, though, yeah. This is not across the board. It's a lot of teams that's trying that and it's failing miserably at this
Yeah,
new
getting their ass whooped.
style. At this new style, you know what I'm saying? Once again, it's back. It boils down to the defense. The teams with the best defense are the teams with the best records. So
Of
yeah,
course. Oh yeah.
it's nice. It's nice to see 150-point games, but once again, we've always said it's such thing as a bad 50. It's a such thing as a bad 30 points. It's a such thing as a bad 40 points. It's a such thing as a bad triple double. Because what's the use of it if you don't win?
If you
Like,
don't
you
win,
know what I mean? And so it's like yeah, it's cool to see the up and down, and yet to me, the players seem more skilled. I just feel like it's less defense. That's what I personally feel like. I feel like just like hand down, man down. I challenge anybody to watch the game and see how many players' hands y'all see lift up when somebody shoots. That right there was something we had to do in practice. We had to work on the challenge to where you kept, because even back then you had a rule where you couldn't really get up under them because you didn't want to break nobody's ankle. But you still wanted to challenge the shot. You know what I'm saying? To the point where you try to throw them off a little bit. And I know the league that made it so difficult to where you can't barely challenge a shot because now you got to have room to land, and it's skeptical if a dude kick his leg out, he might get the foul and all that crap. But at the same time, screaming, yelling, just running past them, doing all that stuff. I challenge anybody to watch the game and see how many teams actually have a dude that's doing that on the guy's best shooter.
Steve Kerr kind of spoke on that, the rules of today, as far as taking defense out of the league as well, because these players are getting smarter and are able to draw fouls and sell fouls, and it does make it extremely hard to play defense.
Yeah.
If I catch your arms like this and I can swim under your arm, I'm getting that foul.
Yeah.
Or in comparison to, like I say, the 1980s, 1990s, where sometimes you'll find a tic-tac foul, a little ticky-tac foul, but for the most part, fouls were much harder. But today, even on replay, you're like, well, where was the foul?
Yeah.
What happened? I don't understand why you called a foul. So I think that.
But see, that goes back to what we were saying with how the league want people to perceive. They're just trying to sell tickets. They're just trying to get people to watch. So watching somebody come down, post up, do 4 moves, hook shot, that ain't fun. Watching somebody come down, that's why they take all the hacky shack play, they're running anything that can stop the game from flowing, they're making rules for. You know what I mean? So, because they want to see these 140-point games. They want to say these sell tickets. They sell ratings and stuff like that. People want to watch excitement. People want to be excited. We're in the microwave age. People want it now. I want to see it score now. I don't want to wait 4 possessions to get somebody score. I want you to score now. You know what I'm saying? And this is the league catering to those dudes, which goes back to our first statement. For a person who just like watching basketball, turn on the channel, watch the game. Yeah, this is perfect for you. But purists, no, this is some bullshit. Like, man, I mean, damn, he barely touched the guy. Like, he really got a tech for that? Like, for real? No blood, no foul. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Draymond Green, bro. Shout out to Draymond Green.
Come on,
look,
no blood, no foul. It ain't none of that.
That's time, bro. We
all right.
A little past an hour. But look, before we end this show, check it out. If we here at Leave It on the Court podcast, if we reach 1,000 followers on TikTok, I can't believe I'm saying this, but if we reach 1,000 followers on TikTok, one of those followers is getting $100 straight from me, straight up. $100 straight from me.
All right.
So y'all out there, y'all run it up. Shout out to T Streets, man. If we can get up to 1,000 followers on TikTok, I'm sending somebody $100.
Well, if we get to 2, I got the other 100.
For sure.
Dang.
And look,
so
This has been Leave It on the Court podcast. Don't forget
Yeah,
to
man.
like, subscribe on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and
Yeah.
whatever other social media platform.
Yeah, man, we just left on the court. I appreciate everybody that tuned in, left your comments. Believe me, I am reading and watching every comment. It's just hard to step your questions and everything into the show. We're trying to maintain a structure to the show, but believe me, I'm watching everybody that's commenting and everything. And I'm not breaking my promise. I will have you up for the person who has the most comments and stuff like that. So T Streets, Pac, gonna holler at you, bro. We're gonna hit you up soon because we need you to get up here and do an interview. I know you shy, but I'm still gonna make you do it. Other than that, like I said, we left it on the court. Thanks again to Emakulant for the great interview. You know what I'm saying, for starting the year off right. You feel me, with our new segment. If you're somebody who feel like you want to tell your story about playing high school basketball, going through a struggle, whether it was good, bad, indifferent, whatever. If you want to tell your story, please DM me at Leave It on the Court, IG, Facebook, TikTok, or leave it in the comments. We will definitely hit you up and have a conversation with you to see where we can go with that. So once again, we just left it on the court. Thanks again for joining us. Until next week, that's gang.
That's gang.